For all your wrestling figure needs, check out ringsidecollectibles.com.
Like wrestling? Tune into The Rack Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern on wildtalkradio.com.
That's crispy.
Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Figure Wednesday. Today I will be reviewing the Mattel WWE Basic Series 40 CM Punk figure. This series is also known as the Global Superstars figure, and CM Punk represents Chicago, where I'm from, which is pretty awesome, so it's cool to have a figure that represents my hometown. That being said, looking at CM Punk here, this is probably one of his final basics, his last one being the SummerSlam one as far as we know, or his Battle Pack one, whichever one I guess comes out later. But this is one of his final ones that will probably be made since he just was added to the alumni tonight as I made this review. So yeah, this is probably one of his final figures, but it looks great. So that being said, let's take a look at it up close in the packaging. As you can see, there's a WWE logo. There's a picture of CM Punk with his longer hair and sideburns. It says CM Punk, he's superstar number 31 out of the basic 2014 line. There's CM Punk there with his latest head scan. And there's a WWE Global Superstar Chicago logo at the bottom. Oops. Looking at the back, you could see there's a larger image of CM Punk. There's a WWE Global Superstar Chicago logo. It says CM Punk, Superstar number 31. That's his autograph there. It says recreate the action of WWE. Also in the set is Alberto Del Rio, Rey Mysterio, the Great Khali, Zack Ryder, and Edge. Pictured below is a Raw Basic ring with a John Cena figure standing in it, and a SmackDown Basic ring with a Basic Sheamus figure standing in it. It says compete in these Superstar rings. And there's just company information listed at the bottom. So that being said, let's take a look at him fresh out of the packaging. Alright guys, so here we have the Mattel WWE Basic Series 40 CM Punk figure fresh out of the package. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty awesome figure. I mean, I love the head scan. I think it's one of his best head scans. The figure itself is kind of plain. I mean, his boots are plain, surprisingly. I guess he wore all black boots, or kick pads I should say, with this attire. But it's still a cool figure. I mean, I have a bunch of CM Punk figures, so it's nice to have an updated one. So that being said, let's take a look at him up close. As you can see, here's his newest head scan, his angry smirk with his long sideburns and bushier hair. I think it looks awesome. You can see all the detail in the hair and the sideburns there. I don't know, it's just a really cool head scan in my opinion. It's a ball jointed head that goes up and down as well as left and right. Looking at his torso, he has his non-colored in tattoos since it is a basic. And has his torso tattoo as well. Looking at his arms, he has ball jointed arms that go up and down as well as outward. Here he is missing his signature tattoos that Mattel does not have the rights to. So those are obviously not there, but you can see all the detail in the tattoos on his arms. Which is always cool about his figures, they're very detailed. You could see. So if you don't have any CM Punk figures for some reason, this is his latest one, which is nice. Looking at the rest of his arms, he has a swivel bicep joint, the typical elbow joint. He has his white tape on his arms as well as his hands. He has a blue X's on his hands there, which is cool. He has a swivel wrist joint as well, and the joint that goes up and down. He does not have drug-free on his fingers. I know they stopped putting that on a lot of his figures. I don't know if he got that removed or something, or what. So if anybody knows if he got them removed, feel free to comment. Otherwise, I'm just assuming they left it off for budget reasons. But anyway, still cool. He has a swivel waist joint. He has his black, yellow, and blue attire here, the Chicago Stars. Pretty cool. he has a typical leg joints that go up and down. Looking at his knees, he has a smaller knee pads. They're closed in the back, not open. They cover his knee joint that is not restricted by the knee pads, which is nice, so you can pose him pretty well that way. Looking at his kick pads, he has a tall black kick pads, a swivel boot joint there, as well as a joint that goes up and down there at the ankle. Yeah, his boots, like I said, they're just plain, which is kind of interesting. I mean, you can see a little detail in the boots and stuff, but other than that, they're not very exciting. But this figure's cool. If you have the other CM Punk ones, I recommend picking it up, as like I said, it is one of his last figures as far as we know right now. But this series is just starting to hit retail. You can get it online on Amazon or Ringside Collectibles. I got mine online because I'm not patient sometimes to get them from the store if they're online first for retail. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like Wrestling Figure Wednesday on Facebook to suggest future reviews you'd like to see me do. I'll see you next week. Thanks.